Hey, this is Westy from the rock and roll band Pavement, and you're listening to The Countdown.
Hey, it's JD here, back for another episode of the Pavement Top 50 Countdown. Hey, wait a minute. It's Friday. I can't be doing the countdown today. I just did number 20 on Monday. We're cracking the top 20. This coming Monday, we're going to hit song number 19, if you can believe it. We're so far down this list, it makes me cuckoo bird. Because we've yet to sort of analyze the list with context. So we're going to remedy that today. I've got two people that are chomping at the bit to discuss, dissect, and talk in detail. How do you like that alliteration? About the list thus far. Song 50 to song 20. That's right. They are going to tear that son of a bitch limb from fucking limb and talk to you about whether songs are rated too high, too low, just right. Are songs missing from this list that should be in the 50 to 20 range? Are there songs in the 50 to 20 range that you would not have in the top 50? Or should they be inside the top 50 if they're not inside the top 20? I don't know what I just said there. I'm a little fucked up. So there's that. So let's get right to this. Let's waste no more time. We have got Allison from Portland and Elvar from Iceland joining us. Elvar, how the fuck are you doing, man?
Pretty good. Elvar over here. Good to be here, man. Thanks for inviting me on.
It's good to have you, Elvar. So from Icelandic, we go to Portlandic. Portlandic, get it? Anyway, Allison from Portland. How are you doing, motherfucker?
It's going great. It's Allison over here, and thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's really great. I love the Pavement poster in your background, by the way.
Thank you.
That's pretty slick. So, I don't think it's fair to go into the list before we get a sense of your Pavement origin stories. We sort of need to hear those. So, Allison, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'll give a little origin story. So I, my freshman year of college, it would have been, all through high school and stuff, I was really into post-punk and just all kinds of punk rock and stuff like that. And I got really, really into the fall. And then I met a guy on an internet dating website who told me if I should, or I guess it would be an app, but he said, if you like the fall, you should listen to Pavement because the fall was one of their influences. And we can get into that and my thoughts on that opinion that some people have a little bit. But either way, I listened to Pavement and totally loved it. And it was just kind of like the soundtrack to my college career. And then since then, I've just, it always stuck with me. And over the past couple of years, getting to see him play all the reunion shows and stuff, it's just been a huge part of my life. So, it's a band that's influenced by all the stuff that I love and did something totally unique. So, yeah, that's kind of how I got into them.
How cool is that? It's almost as though they were constructed in a laboratory just for Allison.
That's how I feel, yeah.
So, Allison, is there anything you want to tell us about live performances you've seen? Anything like that?
The Portland reunion show, as they kicked off the tour a couple years ago. Well, I saw them 2 times since then. I saw them in Seattle and then also in Salt Lake City since then. And then hopefully seeing them, definitely seeing them in Seattle again later this year. So.
All right, cool.
Oh, yeah? Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're playing Bumbershoot, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I guess that'll be the end, right? Because we've got news of the hard quartet.
Yeah,
What's
I think
that?
Elvar, you haven't heard?
No, what's that?
Malcolmus has announced his next band.
Yeah, the Hard Quartet. Yeah,
The Hard Quartet, yeah.
I heard the Hard Quartet. Yeah. How do you guys like the new track, by the way?
I honestly haven't listened.
Yeah.
So I haven't
You, Allison,
listened.
have you heard it?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah, very, very Jixy for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'm excited to see the rest of the record, how it
Definitely.
sounds. So.
I'm probably going to wait for the whole record to drop because I like to listen to things
Yeah.
like
That's what I thought when I
completely.
heard the song. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna love it in context. Definitely, it's a context
Yeah.
song. I think, you know.
Today is all about context, isn't it? We're
Yeah.
putting context to the list, you know. Now I want to hear about your stuff,
yes,
Alva.
sir. So in 2010, I was introduced to pavement in my early 20s. So I used to be like a rocker. Like I was into Guns N' Roses when I was 7, and music has always been like big for me. And then this guy Árni from this Icelandic band FM Belfast, he was like, "Hey, you have to check out Pavement, you know, like Wowie Sowie." And I got Piglip. That's the first one I got. And I
Okay.
thought it was okay. Then I went to this record store and this guy was like, "Yeah, this is the best Pavement album." Gave me Bright in the Corners, which is debatable. And then I just got into it. I remember just like going to YouTube and listening to these like Slanted and Crooked Rain, and just like it blew my mind, you know. Like it changed my life. And I said, I was like 22 or something. So I got fairly late into the game, but I'm born in the late 80s. So I saw Stephen Malkmus and the Jakes at November 19th in 2011 in Milan at a place called The Tunnel. And we had a really nice interaction. I did like a shout out. I shouted out, "Do not feed the claustrophobic oyster," which was my funny way of kind of requesting the track, you know. And Malkmus did like a skit, like, "We blah blah blah." I remember, I forget what he said, but he finished it up with, "We don't know any songs about oysters." So, you know, I don't know. That was pretty cool. So, and I don't know if you guys know, but Pavement played here last summer, like 3 nights in a row at this opera
I
house.
do know.
Yeah.
And that's like a thing. Like Wilco did it. I went and saw all 3 Wilco shows. Nick Cave just did it because he sold out. So it's like a hot shit in Iceland to come and do like a Vegas, you know, thing. So that was pretty
I'm
good.
so regretful that I didn't make it. I wanted
It
to
was
go
awesome.
so badly.
Yeah. And I made some really good friends from America who I'm talking to like daily now, you know, like through
That's
Pavement. So
awesome.
that's awesome. So yeah,
Pavement bringing people together since 1989.
definitely.
That's
Definitely.
right.
Let me say this though, they did play some of the same songs, like, you know, throughout the nights. What Wilco did, they played 23 track sets and never the same song, and that was mind-blowing. So kudos to Wilco. I don't know if I can throw that out at the Pavement podcast.
Of course you
but
can. Of course you can.
That was like fuck, you know. So, but awesome.
Great.
That's my origin story.
All right. Well, we sound like we've got 2 qualified, bona fide folks here to analyze this list. So let's start at the start. What do you think? Have you been listening? Have you been arguing with yourself when you hear some of these songs come out and you hear these people talk about the virtues of these songs? Are you pleasantly surprised? Are you disappointed? Give it to me all. Alvar, you can start, buddy.
A little bit of both. Do you want me to start with the songs who are too low or too high, you know?
You are the leader, my friend.
Let me start with this. Loretta Scars is at number 34.
Yeah.
And that's probably my single favorite songs of all time.
Oh, wow.
Just, I don't know, just the way he, and you guys know the song, like the way he, like the way he sings it in this pleading, nonchalant tone, you know. Yeah. And when it kicks into full gear, you know, I can just like fucking hear eons of, you know, like, I don't know, human history in that song, for lack of a better words, you know.
Really?
And like the way he sings it, like the way he sings Loretta Scars, the way his voice like winds up on Loretta and then lazily speaks the Scars part. That's probably that's my favorite vocal melody of all time.
Scars.
And I don't know why. Just like if people for the last 10 years, if people ask me what's your favorite song, I'd always go to that song. It's just.
So you're pissed at 34.
Yeah, where is it on your lists?
It's definitely higher than 34 because I love that song. I don't know. I'm not super good with like the different like with like pedal talk, but whatever tone he's got on that like fuzzy slanted era guitar is like one of my favorite tones. So
Yeah.
I think Loretta's Scars is like one of the best examples of that. And um one of my favorite things that Malcolmus does with his voice is like change register a lot, like kind of what you're saying. And um he does it beautifully in that song. Yeah, I
Really.
definitely think that one could have been higher. But I
And
think a lot of the slanted songs could be higher, but that's
yeah.
my own preference.
And the lyrics.
Interesting note, at number 34, that's the first song from Slanted and Enchanted on the list.
That's the lowest one.
That's the lowest one from Slanted.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Interesting.
insane. That's
Yeah.
insane.
I don't know
Wow.
how many others are on the list. I can't tell you, but
Right, yeah.
but
it's cool. He's using like Malcolmus uses 2 guitar tunings on this album for these guitar heads, and he's using the C, G, D, G, B, E tuning, which makes this really nice dissonance. Like he's doing pop chords, but like that's what's great about this album. He's doing like pop chords, these weird left field pop structures, but with these alternative tunings that really bring this awesome flavor, and Gary's on the drums. It's just like, I don't know. It's just,
he's a beast.
Yeah, I could go on about that song, but like, I'll just have to do like a separate YouTube video on it. But yeah, definitely.
Allison, do you have one you want to pick at?
I was very surprised to see, where is it? So I can make sure I get the number right. I was very surprised to see Pueblo at 39 because I thought that could be way higher. It's funny because like in the 30s and 40s, I mean, I guess that's still pretty high out of 100, but a lot of my absolute favorites are on here. So like Pueblo, number 39, and Starlings of the Slipstream at 40. Those two are like 2 of my favorites. So seeing those ranked at that level right next to each other is a little bit interesting. I think they're similar songs too, just in the way that they kind of get into this like mellow ballad era from that time of Pavement, when he kind of leaned into the more melodic ballads a little bit. And it's like a lot of belting out and sort of like a climax in the song. I really associate that with those 2 tracks. So I was really thinking it would be higher than that level. And then there's some other ones in there. I said slanted, but I guess more what I was referring to is like the early, like Westing and like before they did more of the full length records. And it was a lot of like EPs and stuff. A lot of those early days are my favorite songs. So I thought that some of these would be a little bit higher too. Like Home would be one. Yeah. So.
Yeah, there's very little representation on the 3 EPs. I'm just looking quickly here.
Yeah.
And
like 5-6 songs tops.
Yeah, like maybe Pacific Trim. There's one from Pacific Trim. So in the top, gosh, in the stuff that we've listened to, I almost gave something away. But in the stuff that we've listened to so far, there's nothing from the 3 EPs.
Oh, really?
I thought Forklift.
Wait,
was
what do you mean the early ones?
Yeah.
What about Heckler Spray? Isn't that there?
Heckler Spray is
Spray's in the
93.
It's
on the top 100. It's on the top 100, but not the top 50.
Oh, we're not going to the 100. Sorry.
We're talking about 50. Yeah,
we're talking about 50, of course. Yeah. Okay. I was going over those 2 a lot and being like, I don't know about this, but anyways. I saw that. Can I go on? I saw that Blackout was number 20. That's easily a top 5 for me.
Sunday drive past your own Hall of Fame. It's closed on weekdays, lights begin to bleed light until you actually see the rays, and your thoughts they start turning towards the lessons that you're learning. No one has a clue. The gauzy thoughts of the sturdy Scots wrestle with the elements up on the trail high. I need to know, where does it go? How do I get there? And where I'm
A top fight, definitely. And I feel that song, and paired with like Motion Suggest Itself and Father of a Sister of a Thought, like these three are examples of Malcolmus and the band making up this like unique style when the music and the lyrics and the melodies and the performances are all put together somewhere between indie rock and alternative country, but neither. And I don't know, just it's so weary and so stoned and so depressed. And I feel like even if we listen to the stuff that was going on Crooked and the stuff that was going on Bright in the Corners, similar songs like Arranged Live or, Finn or something, there's this point in time where they made the songs, and just like Pueblo and Grounded, for me, like probably top 5 songs ever on an album, like never matched in production and resonance, just the way it sounds, the way it feels with the lyrics. Like I haven't done psychedelics and listened to those songs, but it would just really crush my soul probably, in a good way, because and I realized that going through now, really listening to it, and I was like, wow, this is the best stuff and I can't really, if you guys can give me an example of something that sounds similar, I would love to hear it, like if I could challenge you like that. I don't know. I know I'm experiencing this differently than you guys, but like really blows my mind. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to think, but like Wowie is an interesting record to try and find comps on, right? Because it's so all over the place.
yeah,
It's got elements of those first EPs. Like I think those, those burst songs that are anywhere from like 1:30 to like 2:10, that almost feel incomplete, but they're still awesome.
Right, yeah.
They're on there. And then you've got something like Father to a Sister of Thought. And then you've got, like it's just so diverse.
Yeah.
The reason I love Wowie Zowie is because it really feels like they piecemealed together a record that's just like super, like you said, diverse, and it has a very sort of like Exile on Main Street or I mean, honestly, that'd be my biggest comparison just in terms of like the spirit of the record, because there's so many different things going on and so many different types of songs, and even like genres almost. Like
Yes.
Some of it is really poppy stuff. Some of it is like they really harken back to like the early EPs on Wowie Zowie. Yeah.
Would you guys never just cut it down to like a 46 2-side record? Have you never thought about that?
I would love to know the Spiral. Like I hope someday that comes out.
Did he want to do that?
He had a track listing at some point for the record that was about an 11-song record, I think.
Okay.
And I would love to know the sequence, and I would love to know what didn't make the cut. Like that would be crazy.
Would you guys not cut anything of it?
I would keep it exactly as it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would too. I'm very much I really think that they got their records right in terms of like the sequence of them and what songs were included on them. Like I love hearing, the bonus releases that have come out that incorporate like unreleased songs or B-sides from singles or whatever, but I think the way they laid their records out is pretty perfect most of the time.
Well put. Yeah. There are 5 records, and they're all different, and they're all very, very good, like bordering on masterpieces if they're not masterpieces.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's my ultimate favorite band, but I love to nitpick, like
That's why you're here, buddy. That's why
Yeah.
you're
That's fun. Yeah. I was happy to see You Are Light in the top 50 because I feel like that's a super underrated Terror Twilight song. It's definitely like the highlight of that record for me. So I was really happy that was on there. What do you guys
One of my
think about that one? Yeah.
It's one of my favorites on that record for sure.
Mhm.
it made my top 70 definitely. And yeah, sorry, I went over the 50. I forgot, but yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
all right.
You're
That's
the light.
okay. Yeah.
You're the light. That's a beautiful
Just like-
one. Definitely.
Yeah, it
Definitely.
is.
You Are a Light.
I love the way it
Mhm.
begins. I know that sounds very specific, but like it's just sort of flipping on, kind of,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Um,
where is it on the? It was number.
45 is You Are Light.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
shoot the singer at 25. That for me is a top 10. What do you guys think?
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Watery Domestic songs are way up there for me. I think they really found what the band was about with those songs, like Shoot
Yeah.
the Singer. I'm glad it's in the top 25 because I feel like some of the EP songs like don't get as much traction with like newer, Pavement fans. Like it took me a while after getting into them to listen to like the EPs and stuff like that. So glad that people are listening to it. I think that's a great song.
What's interesting to me is you look at Shoot the Singer is 25 and then Texas Never Whispers is 22. I would definitely flip those two.
Yeah.
I love Texas Never Whispers. I think Watery is absolutely perfect. It's
Mhm.
it's even the outtakes from it, Greenlander, etc., are so stark. They're great songs as well. But I like Shoot the Singer better. So yeah, it would have to be higher. I don't know where I could put it, but I feel like everything from Watery could be in my top 15.
Yeah, like Lions is 61. That's definitely a top 20. And yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
And it's also like this, like you said, this perfection of this era. We have this like super low, down-tuned guitar accompanying the bass that's
Mhm.
barely audible, and then a slightly distorted guitar making all these single notes all over the place accompanying the vocals. And Malcolmus is just nailing the vocals, and Gary is
Mhm.
just nailing these drum fills, and the lyrics are great. And I don't know if I'm going too deep into it, but I feel like the lyrics on Watery, they are their own things. They are different from the lyrics on Crooked Rain and different from the lyrics on Maui Saui. It's amazing. I'm so glad we got this session because they were evolving so fast, and even like these extra tracks, like on the LA Desert Origins, we have like sessions from '93, like early Elevate Me Later and Rain Live and Grounded stuff. That's just like the band.
It's got Gary. It's got like some of it's got Gary,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And you can see the bands just doing different versions of these songs, and just how full of magic they were back then, just like, I don't know, just makes me realize how freaking great they actually are and were, so yeah. Watery, definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely up there.
Yeah, they found it. Yeah, one of my favorite things about Gary's drumming, I play the drums and he really inspired me a lot because he really leaned into like you don't have to play like a 1/4 beat and keep it like, a regular rock beat. Like he always kind of threw in some sort of like strange like instrumentation for keeping time. And I think a lot of the Watery songs had that, and a lot of the slanted songs had that.
Well, think about his choice. Even his choices on Summer Babe, that hi hat, that like triple with the hi hat, like going into, like that's cool. Like that's innovative, right? Like that sounds like something I haven't really heard that much.
Definitely.
Right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That sort of just like interesting, unique spin on things that he did.
I don't know if you guys noticed. I had to my friend had to point it out to me on Loretta Scars when he's singing "From Now On I Can See the Sun." He's just doing da 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 on the hi hat and the snare and nothing else. A little bass drum, ba 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 ba, dum 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 ba 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 ba. And I didn't notice just like you said, super left field stuff, but still fits so much that So yeah, great drummer. Rest in peace, Gary. Rest in peace, man.
That's right. Now, have either of you guys had the chance to see the documentary?
No.
I wonder when
I
it's going to
haven't
come
seen
out.
the Gary.
I got a
Isn't
chance
it
to
just-
watch it because I interviewed the director and he sent me a link so I could watch it. But I assumed it would be out by now. Like I haven't talked about that on the podcast because
Don't they just go around these? They have to go around for sometimes a few months or something around these different festivals, right? Before.
that's true. Yeah.
Mm,
But yeah, definitely. Is it good? How is it?
It was good. It was really interesting. He's an interesting dude, man. He's far out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is it like a
the plant.
documentary style or
It's a
like how?
documentary. Yeah. It's a documentary on his life. Yeah. And I wasn't familiar with Plant Man and so, the solo stuff that he did after Pavement. So that was really fun to get a chance to see. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with that.
Yeah.
Me neither. I have to
It's
say.
really a poppy song too. It's goofy, but it's sort of like, I don't know. It's really sort of mainstreamy,
All right, you have to send it to me later. You have to.
I'll do that. Yeah, sure.
There's also this
Oh, the movie?
No, no, you
okay.
can't do that. Obviously,
Yeah.
the song, right? Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. No, I can't do that.
No. But there's also this live action movie. Sorry, if I'm digressing too much.
That's
This
okay. We're here to talk
live
about it,
action with these actors, doing the. Have you guys heard?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think
Yeah.
about that? Have you seen any?
I'm very excited about it. My understanding is that Tim Heidecker and Jason Schwartzman are playing two of the guys who started Matador. Their names escape me right now. And it's just kind of I think the original concept that I read about a couple of years ago was that it was going to be half documentary about the reunion shows, and then the other half was kind of like a retelling of how Pavement came together with actors. That's what I read at one point. I'm not sure if maybe that has changed, but yeah, I'm super excited about that because I love a lot of the actors that are involved with that. So
Me
yeah, I
too.
can't wait.
Me too. I want a release date and I want a trailer date. When are we going to get that? Man.
Yeah, and the guy who's playing Malkmus, he's got this Malkmus chin cuteness, So, so let's go to songs who are rated too high. Since we are kind of, or what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Drive the boat, man. Drive the boat.
Finn at 24. That's not in my top 70 for sure. What do you guys think?
Not in your top 70?
Nope.
Wow.
I was a little surprised to see that one that high also.
Yeah, by the time we get to number 24, you're sort of thinking, oh, maybe we're not going to hear Finn, because it certainly shouldn't be much higher than that. I wouldn't put it inside the 20, but it would be in my top 40 for sure. For sure.
Yeah. It's hard to in rankings like this to not compare to other songs, because when I think of my favorite songs on Brighten the Corners, Finn isn't one of them. So I think that sort of mentally impacts how I view the list. I did think that just because of how incredibly influential and popular that single was, I did think that Cut Your Hair would be higher than 21.
Me too. That was so surprising, wasn't it?
People are sick of it. It's just that, right? People are sick of it.
Yeah.
If that's the case, how come Harness Your Hopes is on the top 50? It shouldn't be.
No, it would have been much higher if it hadn't gotten the Resurrection. I think it would have been higher. Let me ask you, Alison, when you listened to Bread and Corns for the first time, was it the original 12-track album?
I believe so. I didn't listen to the full extended version that they released in like 2008 until a couple of years ago, I think.
Okay.
So,
And that's your favorite album, JD? Or am I right about that?
It is my favorite, yeah.
And you,
But it floats because I love Crooked Rain. You can't count Watery, but
yeah, because I got the deluxe edition, and then it's followed by the Hex, and then it ends with like Harness Your Hopes and Roll with the Wind. So I just kind of took it, because I was so new into the band, so I didn't really take Finn as this end song. So it was kind of, I think that might have
interesting. It does work really well as like an end to the album, which was the intention, I believe.
Yeah,
so yeah.
I still think it was SM flirting at that point with the idea.
Out. Yeah,
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think so.
Interesting point. Yeah.
It would have been a good way to end it. Yeah.
Have you guys heard the 94 version? There's like a live 94 version. It's slightly more fast tempo.
No.
I kind of like that better. They played it in like 94 live. It starts.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's like in Oklahoma or something. Yeah.
Maybe I'll play it during this podcast. I'll intercut it.
What about Fight This Generation? What do you guys think about that?
I thought that could have been higher for sure. That's
26.
One of my
What do you
favorites.
Can you tell me what you love about that song? Can you articulate it?
I think that I like it from like a mood perspective. It feels like it could be a soundtrack to a movie or something. The change about halfway through the song where Malcolmus is doing that riff and then the tempo kind of picks up, and then there's like this moment when Malcolmus's voice kind of cracks a little bit, and I think it's just like the coolest thing ever. It's when he goes like, "Fight this generation." I always thought it was funny a little bit, but it's so cool. It sounds really cool to me. So that's definitely like a top 10 song for me. Yeah, it feels like the part in the movie where something bad or scary is about to happen, but like in a really awesome way. So
Because I
When
only real. No,
Oh, sorry. When I went to see
ahead.
Traditional Techniques, the tour for that, it was just him by himself and his MacBook and that lovely blue guitar. And
Wow.
he played a version of Fight This Generation, and it was so cool. It was so low key. Like I struggled at the beginning to figure out what it was. I was really high,
Mhm.
but I mean, I was listening to it, and I was like, "What is this? I know this song. I know this song." And then all of a sudden, when you hear Sweet Yardley, it's like, "Oh, yeah, all right, cool." And then it just makes you want to jump up and down, right? After that, after we
Mhm.
get that, that we get sort of lulled into submission, and then all of a sudden it's just like, wham, smack you over the head.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that Major Leagues is a little high for me personally. That was never a favorite of mine. I don't know, it just like never really clicked with me. I love the music video,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's just not like, my favorite song.
But yeah, definitely
41, yeah.
going back, really, Malcolmus is an underrated vocalist for sure. The way he can
Oh,
draw
yeah.
out his shit and just crack his voice and do whatever. It's like, it's like just the next generation Lou Reed, but just a little cuter and a little more nuanced or something. So, and Lou Reed is
Yeah.
probably my favorite artist beside Malcolmus. So
Uh-huh. Yeah, he has a wide range, like more than a lot of other rockers that I could think of.
He makes choices that just aren't common as well.
Mhm.
Like if there's two paths and one is the path that is well traveled, he often goes on down the other path. And I don't think he does that to be, different or far out or whatever. I think it's just he's really good on that other path. He's really good.
but
Yeah.
he was also very lucky to team up with Spiral and
Oh my God, yeah.
and Gary in the
Mhm.
beginning, and then Mark and Bob and Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, on his own he would have been great, but just imagine like Paul McCartney on his own, he would have been good, but not with So it's all a matter of chance. But what a great. So, hot take. Stop Breathing number 28 doesn't crack my top 70 at all.
Top 70, he says again.
There's actually, like
Wow.
I said, there's this version on the Crooked Rain LA's Desert Origins Deluxe CD, the number 2 CD from a session recorded in early '93 at Gary Studios.
Mm.
The gritty version. Do you remember that one? If you guys go and listen to the second CD of the deluxe version of Crooked Rain, you can hear like a more gritty version of.
Is that the eggshell version?
No, that's the actual version. Is The Heaven Is a Truck. This is like the
Oh, right.
the
Yes, you're right.
this is
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
first session on that song, and he's saying
Oh,
like
okay,
stop.
yeah.
He instead of saying stop breathing, he starts saying start breathing, and then start bleeding, and then he says
Now I know it.
Dad, you broke me, and I'm like, wow, okay. So
Yeah.
that's I don't know. Maybe I've listened too much to the first one, but like. I really love that session. Like All My Friends, LS2, the original Elevate Me Later, and that's a great session.
Yeah, I love that we have access to some of the, I don't know, the sessions that didn't make it to the albums, and you can see how the song progressed as they were writing it. So, yeah,
Like,
how the lyrics changed and sort of the arrangement could change over time. And
what do you guys think about All My Friends being at number 64?
I think that's a gem.
Oh, sorry, that's
For
not
sure.
top 50. Ah, God damn it. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry. You guys remember that one? Everybody's going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel
Fun
that
one.
that's
Would that be in your top 70?
that would be in my top 25.
Okay.
If they had taken those 2 first minutes, and not gone into the second 3 minutes where it breaks down, because I feel like they started as this one of the I don't know, just like one of the best starts ever. Everybody's going out tonight, everybody's hanging out tonight. It's all right. Like such a teenage nostalgia. And then when he's like starts shouting, I need it, and his voice breaks and the guitar is playing on top, that's for me, it's one of the best shit I've ever heard in my life. But unfortunately, it digresses from pure like genius onto like a subpar track. So that's why it's top 25 and not like,
In your top 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that song?
I like that song a lot, but I don't know that I have a lot of feeling about it one way or the other as to where I'd put it on even my personal list.
Okay.
And my personal list doesn't go much higher than 20 just because that would just make my head explode. That's why I feel like when you're saying top 70, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I tried just going through all of the songs and just putting them just for fun. And the top 5 are really easy, top 10 fairly easy, top 20. Then the top 30, 40, you can start interchanging them how you feel. 50, 60, 70, they change between days. I'm not saying that, but I'm like throwing it out just like I say, Yeah.
I definitely think as we move from here into the top 20, it's going to get really difficult because even just like looking at the way these are ranked, sometimes it's like difficult for me to see how I would tier them, because if I start thinking about them or I hear them, then I might change my mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
About some of these.
Well, let's talk about this a little bit more then. Yeah, Allison, let's investigate a little bit more about what would be inside your top 20. What are you anticipating? What are you looking forward to? Where do you think things will land based on what you've got?
So based on where we are, there's definitely some of my favorite tracks that are kind of missing from the list so far. And yeah, I'm just curious what there is from there. I'd love to see every song that they ever released like on a list and then work back to see what's missing, because looking at this, even just like, from 100 to 21 right now, like there's a lot on there. So it's taken me a minute to think about what's missing, but yeah, I'm definitely hoping to see a lot more of like the early days in the top 20, just because it makes me excited to think that people are appreciating like that era of Pavement for sure.
Like the early EPs.
Yeah, definitely always excited to hear people talking about those and listening to those. So yeah.
Yeah, between those and Slanted, which have been not represented very well so far in this bottom 30, I have to think we're gonna start to peel that layer, right? Like we've got to see some Slanted stuff in this top 20, like numerous songs.
More crooked.
Yeah,
definitely.
Where does Summer Babe land for you guys?
I definitely think it could be pretty high up for me. I mean,
Me too.
I love that song.
To my top 15, absolutely, with a bullet.
Yeah, top 10, definitely.
Yeah.
It actually made things easy for me. I just downloaded the whole discography and put it into iTunes and fucked around with it for like 2 days. And that really put it into perspective, because it's a lot when you see the list. It really jumbles up your mind. I was like, getting like kind of disoriented. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Summer Baby's on there. What do you guys think about my friend? No, never mind. I was going to go back into the 50. What about our singer? Is that not in the top 50?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay. Okay. What about Grave Architecture? That's number 32. For me, it's top 50. What do you guys think?
Top 15?
Top 50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it belongs up here for sure. That's such a catchy song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good example of like the vocal register change. Like, hurt so rad and I'm fucking glad. I love that.
That's actually the part that really turns me off, because I think the beginning when he says, come on in, That's also one of the best vocal melodies ever. It's like 3 words, and the way Malcolmus says these 3 words, "Come on in," it's one of the like top
Mm.
beginnings in songs ever. But I feel like it kind of digresses for me with that. Pulled so red, and I'm fucking glad. So yeah, it's interesting to hear like different.
Yeah, you guys are
takes.
so
Yeah.
diametrically opposed there. That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is.
I'm curious, like in terms of where we're going. What I haven't seen that I was really surprised to not have seen yet is that we haven't seen Silent Kid on here yet.
That's gonna be. That's
So
top,
yeah,
that's
I'm
top 5
I-
definitely.
yeah, me too. I a couple of years ago made a list of like my favorite songs of all time, and that was on there. Like Pavement aside, that's definitely one of them. So
Absolutely.
I'm curious if that will show up.
Did I ask you just for fun? Where do you guys rank Blackout? Are you happy with 20? Where would you put it? Did you already tell me?
No, I didn't tell you. I think it's fine at 20. Yeah,
Huh?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
You would have it higher?
Like I said, top 5 definitely all time. Yeah.
5.
What about
Wow.
you, Alison?
I mean, it's a great song, but again, it's like thinking about other songs, it probably would get bumped down from 20 if I had like all the song titles in front of me.
Right. Yeah. Okay, cool.
But it is a great song. So.
Yeah, definitely.
So what else are you looking for in the top 20, Alvar?
Have we seen Rattled by the Russ? No, we haven't seen Rattled
No.
by the Russ. No.
Mhm.
Rattled by the Russ, I mean, Frontwards, definitely. Elevate Me Later, one of my all-time favorites. You know, I know Rain Still Alive's gonna be there, Gold Sound's gonna be there. The more obscure songs that I would love to have seen that are not on there are like Passed Dream from Bright in the Corners.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
Spiral song. That for me is also like kind of the like Laura had her scars. It kind of brings out eons of kind of human civilization, if that means anything. It just like opens up my soul the way like. How do you guys feel about that one? Where's that?
I like. Yeah, I really like those 2 Spiral songs, and we've seen. I like a lot of Spiral songs, but I'm thinking from that record. We've seen Date with IKEA already, right? Where did it land?
Yeah.
38.
Do you guys think Path
with
of Dream is
IKEA.
going to be there or not? In the top 20? What do you guys think?
Which one?
I don't
Sorry?
know.
Path of
Passive
Dream.
Dream. It could be. I mean, a lot of this has surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go on?
I was gonna say, I bet you like we'll see a little bit more of the Wowie Zowie songs too, because like Grounded's not on here yet. It doesn't look like Father to a Sister of a Thought is on here, so I'm curious if those will get pretty high ranking as we go on.
Western Homes, what do you guys think about that one? The closer to Wowie Zowie.
I'm not in love with.
I'm
not in love with it. I'm not in love with it.
I think it's a fun song, but it's not like a favorite song.
No.
Of mine.
I never liked it, but then I went back to the album before this podcast, and he's like, "Your Western homes are locked forever." It's like summing up this paranoia that's building up at the turn of the century, kind of, and the way it's. I don't know. I love that ending of the album. For me, you say with the eclectic Wowie Zowie, I definitely agree there. It's like a. And Kennel District at 23. What do you guys think about that? Did you like it that high?
I'm glad to see it there because I feel like, and I'm talking about this like I don't know, but I feel like unless we get Painted Soldiers, but Painted Soldiers is in the top 100, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know that we're going to see another Spiral song. Like I feel like Kennel District might be
his biggest,
might be the last Spiral song we see. Again, I'm not tipping my hand, but it's a really great fucking song. And I'm trying to think, are there Spiral songs on record? Because Preston School of Industry is great. Oh fuck, what one am I thinking about? What's the one that he and SM do the duet on? like where they're back
See,
and forth.
circa 1970.
That's right,
something.
1768.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
1768.
that's in the top 100. but
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
sure.
62. I would knock that up to a top 50 definitely.
Me too.
I
Me
love
too.
that one. I love that one.
Again, especially because we got both of them, right? We don't have
Yeah.
very many where you get to hear,
No.
so.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. I can't really think of another. Well, there's maybe a couple, but yeah, I love Kendall District. That's definitely my favorite Spiral song. It's a great song.
I feel like if we were to ask a lot of people, they would say that's their favorite Spiral song. And that's, to me, is the harbinger of like doom, that it's going to be the last Spiral song we sing.
I just think it's insane. There are 100 songs on there, and Past a Dream, like there are so many subpar Pavement songs on this top 100. And that to me is a real like I'm upset about that one.
It's not on the top 100?
No.
Okay, let me look and see if it's on the whole list here.
That's what I'm
I'm gonna
saying.
tell you where it is, because the whole list goes up to 121.
Ah, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there was enough songs.
No,
So Western Homes.
What about Perfume V at 58? Did you guys think it is? Yeah. Even if it's not, it's almost in the top 50. How do you guys like that one?
I love that song. I think it's a good spot for it. Definitely like close to top 50 at least. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you what 100 through 105 was, okay? So number 100 was Baptist Black Tick. Number 51 or 101 was Stare. No, sorry. 101 was Baptist Black Stick. 102 was Stare. Number 103 was Pass It Dream. Number 104 was Platform Blues. And number 105 was from Sleigh Tracks, Maybe Maybe.
Okay.
So there you go.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm think Jackal's The Lonesome Era. That has to be in the top 20. What do you guys think? Jackal's False Grace, The Lonesome Era.
Not for me.
That's a Spiral song. That's Spiral singing. I got one holy life to live.
Yeah,
That's Spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the top 50 for you. What about you, Alison?
Oh no, you said top 20. It wouldn't be in my top 20.
I said top 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think probably not top 20, but it's definitely up there.
Okay, cool. That's like top 10 for me probably. I love that one. That's what. Keep going.
I was gonna say I kind of feel similarly about like Fame Throa, because that's like some of my favorite drumming that Gary did. I thought that would be way up there. I thought it would be in the top 50 for sure.
Where did that end? 79. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. There's something about some of these songs, like I've been talking about, like maybe like an acid head about eons, like the eons of human existence, kind of like, and like Jackals, Loretta Scar's, Our Singer, like I feel like
fucking love Slanted, don't you?
There's this energy, energy, and like I said, if I had to pick the best top 5 songs of an album, I said like Blackout, Grounded, Motion, Pueblo, and Father of a Sister of a Thought.
Yeah,
I could maybe pick 5 of Slanted. It would be but these like 10 songs for me, like it's I don't know. I think why I love Pavement so much. It's like, to me, like on another level that no one has ever reached.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I feel similar.
And that's why we're all here.
Yeah.
We love this band. So
what about Camera? That's not on the list.
Camera is on the top. It is on the whole list, but I think it might be the last song. Camera is, so that's 120, 119, 118.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you guys like that one? That's a top 40 for me.
Oh, I fucking love his voice in that song when he's really squealing.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
But
would it be in my top 50? No, probably not though.
There are a lot of songs left though. For me, if I try to rack my brain, I have a hard time kind of filling it out with the songs that are here.
It's going to be, so what you're saying is it's going to be a surprise and you're going to keep tuning in. So that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really want to thank you for joining me tonight to have this discussion, this roundtable discussion. Any final thoughts?
Excited for the top 20. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll kick into
We'll
that
see
next week.
what
for
our
sure.
predictions. Yeah, we'll see where our predictions end up.
Coming on Monday, song number 19. And we'll see who's, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good
Nice.
one. It's going to be surprising.
My take from this is just like made me realize just how much I fucking love Pavement. Like I said, I knew it was my favorite band, and I'm sorry if I've been going like way too into the like nitty gritty of the like shit that like obscure stuff, but like it really blew my mind for the last 2 days. Really going back to these songs and being like, wow, okay, they really. And after all the music I've gone throughout these years, after I listened to Pavement, they're still just like always up there.
Yeah.
So, and thank you for doing this, JD. Like, thank you for your work.
Oh,
Like,
thanks, man.
awesome,
Yeah.
awesome,
Thank you.
awesome
Oh, that
stuff.
means a lot. That means
Really, really,
Yeah. It's just so cool to see like other Pavement fans and just know that they're still, super
relevant.
inspiring
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes. Yeah.
And it'll make a net. Like, how close are you talking to Malcolmus, you think?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
I did.
you did. Awesome.
You didn't listen to
Okay.
you got to
I
listen to the
didn't
whole.
hear it. I didn't
Yeah,
hear it.
it's-
Which episode is that?
I want to say it's, oh God, I don't know. I don't know what episode, it is, but I know that it
It's on
happened
there.
on Valentine's Day. It happened on Valentine's Day of
Mm.
2022, I think.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Boom.
fulfilled my
Great, dude.
destiny. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So anything you guys want to plug? Anything that you have to plug? Any projects that you're working on or anything online or anything like that? Allison, you mentioned you play drums. Are you in a band?
I stay tuned. I don't have anything to plug just yet, but
Okay, cool. Ooh, I like it.
yeah, hopefully we'll soon. So,
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I have a band that's going pretty good that I hope I can plug soon.
Oh,
I have a-
awesome.
I have a podcast called Peeling the Onion, where I'm interviewing like musicians. So that's everywhere,
it.
like on Spotify and YouTube and stuff. So
How many
I just-
episodes do you have?
like 7, and I've talked to great people. Like I talked to Lou Barlow the other day.
Really?
He was awesome. I talked to Steve Albini like February 20th, so I was really lucky to get that one in. And
wow.
it's been like a lot of. I'm talking to people I really admire. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and really
That's
taking the time to
amazing.
do like my homework. So it's been a lot of fun for me because I love music, as you guys can hear. So.
Cool. So
Awesome.
Peeling the Onion, find that on podcast networks everywhere.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a good one. Might
Really
be
nice.
one of the last interviews with Steve Albini, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's very sad
Yes.
because I was asking him like, so because I knew that he wanted to quit before he lost his hearing, and he said like, I'm going to go on for like 10 more years. And, like I'll, and it was just, and I know people who knew him personally, and he was a really genuinely nice person and just such an influence on music overall, like you guys know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Pioneer.
really nice to meet you guys. You guys are really cool.
Nice
So,
to meet you guys
thank-
too.
thank-
Yeah,
thank
great to meet
you.
you too. Yeah.
All right, stay cool. That's what we
Cool.
got for you this week, and wash your goddamn hands. Thanks for listening to Meeting Malcolmus, a pavement podcast, where we count down the top 50 pavement tracks, as selected by you. If you've got questions or concerns, please shoot me an email, jd@meetingmalcolmus.com. To podcasts and such.